Hello, welcome to the Fanatics of Film, and my name is Ben. This is just a really quick video talking about the Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 9, Old Friends Not Forgotten. So, this episode was this was the best one of the season, pretty much in my personal opinion. As I've said several times on this channel, I wasn't a fan of the Bad Batch stuff. It was okay. It's all right. Don't get me wrong. It was fine. But honestly, if they only had 12 or I think it's 12 or 14 episodes that we have in this, 12 episodes that we were going to have total. They have 3 more left. And we're finally just getting into the good stuff. They're finally just barely getting to the good stuff. And I mean, I get it. They probably had a small budget for this year, so they probably couldn't reshoot everything in time for this season to come out and all that stuff. But that's just my opinion. I have no idea what the real budget is, but that's what I think. That's my speculation. I speculate that they didn't really have a ton of money to throw at this season. They just probably had with what was left over. And they did reshoot some of the things. They reshot some of the concepts. But anyway, it was just okay. I mean, I did really thoroughly enjoy this. There's a lot of throwbacks. A lot of the first 10 minutes of this thing had, tons of actual direct quotes from the original trilogy. It was actually the same key and everything. I checked it to make sure it's actually the same key from the original trilogy and everything. They literally exact quote from there. So it like resonates on a deeper level because it's the exact same key. So you have these things that are resonating in your heart and your brain that actually physically vibrate in your brain and your heart. That's my opinion about music. There's a physics level beyond the actual emotional response that it has to your brain. So you have the emotional response and nostalgia that clicks in your brain, but then you also have the internal vibrations of those frequencies that resonate with your heart and your brain, maybe, that actually make you feel those things too. I don't know. That's just my speculation. That's my prediction. That's my assumption. I'm not sure for sure on that, but I think that has something to do with it. That it could be an actual frequency level because it has to do with it has to do with the speed of the vibration of the sound, and so whatever pitch the note is, it has to do with the vibration of the sound anyway. So Obi-Wan Kenobi surprises all of us with his batting down the firebomb headed right for Cody. And that was great. That was a great heroic moment. We actually all were familiar with that scene because that was the scene, that was the moment that was in the Clone Wars trailer. That was in the trailer that we watched a million times. And it was cool to see Obi-Wan surprise the heck out of us there. That was actually really nice. And he has a lot of really fun expressions in this episode. Actually, Anakin pokes fun at Obi-Wan at first, so it's kind of like frivolous and almost superficial in the sense that they're making Anakin out to be a quote unquote Gary Stu, trying to make him more perfect in every way and shape or form, kind of trying to make him that way. So that's just my personal opinion of it. But this whole opening sequence is very cinematic. This whole thing, it's they're direct quotes from the original trilogy, and it's great there. So for all those reasons, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I really did. I thought it was really, really fantastic. So Anakin pokes fun at Obi-Wan and then prepares a surrender speech. Apparently he prepared this long surrender speech and is able to coax the droids into getting the commander into view. And just as Anakin pulls the droid into his trap while chopping the head off, we hear the classic music of John Williams, real quotes from the original trilogy. And of course they use the red for the Darth Maul stuff. I mean, even these big space battle sequences are really great, reminding us of how great the Clone Wars has been before. And I don't think all of us needed these giant battle arcs, but I think we needed something more than what we've been getting. That's just my opinion. I think we should have been getting something of this caliber the entire time. If they really wanted to win fans back, that's what they should have done, but they didn't. They failed miserably at that. Anakin pokes fun at Obi-Wan and is able to coax the droids into getting the commander into view just as Anakin pulls the droid into his trap. And as the battle continues, Admiral contacts Obi-Wan and Anakin via comlink to make them aware of Ahsoka now known as Fulcrum, and that's what she was in Rebels. Of course, they thought it was Forrest Whitaker's character. I know better than to try and stop you. Just good banter, good fun there between Obi-Wan and Anakin. You do see their friendship, etc. And of course, R2. This is kind of a funny moment here. R2 on the side, just underneath. It's like that's the reason why he has those arms. It's for stuff like that. So that's kind of a cool moment. Lots of comedy, lots of action, comedy, Marvel stuff going on there, which I get. They're trying to win over a larger audience, which is, I get that. So here you find out, of course, that it's they're talking about they mention Fulcrum, and Anakin literally thinks that it's anyway, I don't remember his name, but it's beside the point. Anakin is just lustful and enthralled by the mere presence of Ahsoka here. So, and forgive me, I sometimes I don't trust my own opinion now these days. Part of me feels like I may have been tainted. My actual opinion may have been tainted by the crazy stuff that's been happening to entertainment lately. And so I have somewhat of a reaction, triggered, if you want to call it that, whatever. But Anakin is just lustful and enthralled by Ahsoka's mere presence, and she is just pretty much shrugging him off like an old hat. Which I get, but I get that she's against the Jedi. She's pissed about the Jedi, but Anakin's like falling all over her, and he can't get enough, asking if she's okay, and she doesn't even care for his well-being at all. Like, she and Bo-Katan have located the Sith Lord Darth Maul. Anakin insists that it is destiny for her to leave the Order. He's like, of course, she would not have, found Maul if it wasn't for her being away, blah, blah, blah. So for it has placed them in a situation where they were able to tactically apprehend Maul. So that was kind of a funny moment there. Anakin still believing in like kind of destiny type stuff. As Ahsoka exits the Mandalorian ship, as Anakin desperately tries to talk with Ahsoka, he is shrugged off again. And this is, I guess it's okay. It's just she acknowledges R2, which is good. But once again, you have I don't know. To me, Anakin was the one. He was the one who was fighting for Ahsoka. He was the one standing by Ahsoka the entire time. And for them to just shrug him off, it's kind of a kick in the pants. Kind of, a little bit upsetting. It is what it is. I'm not going to, argue about it forever. I just think it's just kind of weird. Anyway, so they find that Maul is on Mandalore in the city of Sundari. And Ahsoka was able to apprehend some of the transmission codes from the Pikes of the Obadiah, which is what we saw last time, which is cool. And of course, they were able to pinpoint some of the previous locations, and so they found where he is. And Ahsoka is greeted with kindness from the clones, so that was great. So this whole moment here. I did want to point out that she does play the Satine card. So we have Bo-Katan playing the Satine card, right? She kind of pokes and prods at Obi-Wan. And let's see. Yeah, what does she say here? Okay, so Bo-Katan proposes a joint operation because she doesn't have the numbers. Obi-Wan is concerned because this would be breaking a treaty that is 1,000 years old. Bo-Katan continues to drive home her passion for her home planet and her people, reminding Obi-Wan of his terrible loss of Satine. So that does, kind of trigger him a little bit. And Ahsoka is greeted with kindness from the clones, although she feels as though she doesn't deserve it, feels out of place when they salute her. The clones painted their helmets like her as they prepare. The alarm sounds, and Obi-Wan reveals that Grievous has attacked Coruscant. So, and in this, really quick, I thought it was kind of cool that they did create kind of a. Ahsoka is kind of a little smug most of the time, and she's blaming the Jedi for things. For a lot of stuff, which I get. There's the Jedi maybe not be perfect, but she's trying to find nothing but problems that Jedi have created. And it's like, well, they're just trying to protect their central area, I guess. And it's like, they represent a bad thing for Ahsoka, because Ahsoka's a underprivileged, whatever. I don't know. It's just it's like you can tell the agenda's there. It's very subtle, but it's there. It's underlying. You can tell. The clones painted their helmets like her as they prepare. Ahsoka is greeted with kindness to the clones, and although she feels as though she doesn't deserve it, feels out of place when they salute her. The clones painted their helmets like her as they prepare their alarm sounds, and Obi-Wan reveals that Grievous has attacked Coruscant, and Shaak-Ti has been sent to protect Palpatine, and Master Windu has lost contact with her. They illustrate how they are all going to Coruscant. Of course, Ahsoka, rips into him immediately, and she rips into Obi-Wan, accusing of abandoning Bo-Katan, even though there was a treaty in place. Obi-Wan says it's the heart of the Republic under attack, and Ahsoka, as usual, says, "As usual, you are playing politics. This is why people have lost their faith in the Jedi, and I have too." Once again, it's fine. I mean, there are reasons why she lost faith in the Jedi, but these weren't the reasons. The reasons were because they directly betrayed her, or at least it seemed that they basically lost their faith in her. And okay, so as this newest, so that was kind of, it is what it is. It's just kind of weird. So she decides to take the 501st after they realize, they put someone else in. I can't remember who it was that they put in there in her stead to. And let's have command it. So, as the new Ahsoka squadron descends on Mandalore, Bo-Katan bites back at Prime Minister Almec, and Ahsoka points out how different Katan is from Satine. Ahsoka leaps from the dropship to ship, acrobatic and confident, taking control of every single group of the Mandalorian troops. Still on the hunt for Maul. This was actually a great scene. I did love this scene when she finally jumps down there. These scenes were fantastic, really good stuff, and it just goes to show when it's like when they do the stuff that they want to, when they do the stuff that really gets us going. I mean, there's a reason why we love Star Wars, and we know the reason why. And when there's episodes like this that happen, and we're just like, yeah, this is why we love it. Anyway, okay. So Ahsoka leaps from the dropship to ship, acrobatic and confident, taking control of every single group of the Mandalorian troops. Still on the hunt for Maul, Gar Saxon was able to elude them briefly while they were cutting off an access points in the tunnels, and Bo-Katan beats up the Prime Minister. So that was kind of a funny moment. And this is why I love Mandalore. This is just it's such a cool design. And I really want to see Mandalore in the Mandalorian TV series. Like, I would love to see that. And Bo-Katan beats up Prime Minister Almec and discover that Ahsoka has fallen into a trap, of course. And Ahsoka watches one of her troops die. And so I think all of them end up getting killed. It seems that way. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seems that that's what's happening, is that all of her entire squadron has been killed, or at least most of them have been killed. So anyway, I think it was really a good build-up, and it's great to see Ahsoka being a badass again and just being a hero like she is. And just really, really good stuff. Really, really great stuff. What did you think? Did you love this episode? I sure did. I thought it was fantastic. And thanks so much for listening. Appreciate you so much. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.